Hello. We're just about to get started. Lost connection, but we're back in action. How's everyone doing? How's everyone been? It's been a hot minute since I've been on. It's been a long time since you saw my life. We're about to get started here in just a minute. I hope everyone's been taking care of themselves. I hope everyone has been having a wonderful past couple weeks. We're rolling into October. I am doing readings, yes, my dear. So if you'd like a personal reading on TikTok, it is $25. Okay, you can Cash App or Venmo. Cash App or Venmo, $25 for a personal. Okay. We are rolling into October, so I do want to see what we're getting into with the energies in October. If you're interested in that, then stick around, y'all. We're just kind of getting warmed up a little bit, getting the crowd coming in. All right. Like I said, I hope you guys have been taking good care of yourself. I know the last readings that we did on the live was about self-care, self-love. And that's always a universal message to preach, right? You know, taking care of yourself and however that looks. I got a couple of different tarot decks here. I always have multiple decks just because I like to change up the vibes. Sometimes, you know, the different images on these cards can inspire different messages. So I always like to keep a variety on me, even if I use like one deck for a couple readings and then switch it up for another. Nothing really special. It's just whatever I feel guided to. You can always request a certain deck that I have on here if you feel personally led to that. Again, you know, this is more about making sure that you feel like you're connecting to the reading. You know, when you do readings, when I do readings, I do them for you. I don't do it for myself. So, you know, however you want to connect with the reading, if you're purchasing a personal reading, then, you know, I want to make sure that you're feeling good about it, okay? So, what we'll do for getting us warmed up here, we'll start pulling some oracle messages. If you're not too familiar with oracles, they're not tarot. Tarot is the meat and bones, if you will, and the oracles are just cherry on top, but I like to eat my cherry first, if you know what I'm saying. That was inappropriate. That did not come out right. I like to have my dessert before my meal. So oracles just allows us to kind of see like what overall themes. It gives us a more general vibe. So, you know, it's not necessary, but it's just a nice addition. So let's see what is coming up for you in the month of October, because October is literally this Friday. Like, I think October 1st is this Friday, y'all. It's crazy. We're already moving into... It's so wild, yo. So, again, guys, if you want a reading, it is $25 for a personal. You can Cash App or Venmo, and just let me know that you've paid. That way I don't continue forward with the reading and skip you. Spam if you have to. Put a yellow heart if you paid. That way I can kind of see it better because my phone's at an angle. So, you know, I don't want to miss your message. So, the information to do a personal reading over TikTok Live is in my TikTok bio, the link tree. Just click on Cash App or Venmo, and whichever one is best for you, my dear, is where you'll be led. But again, this is going to be a more overall general theme here, so this is free. Don't worry. I'm not going to shove it down your throat, okay? I am here for you at the end of the day, so keep that in mind. You know, my goal is to help you get clarity. one thing I do want to also say before we get started is that there's a misconception about tarot, at least with how I do tarot. Will there be predictive messages? Sure. Is tarot meant for predictive messages? Not always. I like to use tarot as a means of grabbing the magnifying glass and really pointing out the things that may be harder for us to see through from there's a specific phrase. It's like the human eye, right? Or something like that. Like there's some things that there's so many layers in life that sometimes it's hard for us to see clearly what we should be focusing on or the things that we need to know. So that's where my main goal in tarot is. I try to bring as much clarity and insight to whatever, aspect of your life you may be going through. So I just want to put a disclaimer. It's not wrong to want predictive messages, but it's not helpful or useful to rely on tarot for solely understanding the future, because there's so many different variables. Our future is made up of our decisions, and we are human beings of quite an extraordinary change of mind, right? Like we can change our minds. We can think one thing today and change our minds tomorrow. So, the future is variable. It's inconsistent. It's not set in stone. So, without further ado, let's get on with our message. All right, we have here a time to give rather than take. Okay. Virgo energy. So you could be a Virgo. Could be dealing with a Virgo. Hi, Sabrina. So, okay. So a lot of you guys may be feeling like, I'm a little empty. For some reason, I'm getting I feel like a lot of you guys have been being asked to give something that you don't have right now. Because this message to me is like you may want to give, but you just don't have the energy, time, or means to give. That's really what I'm getting here. Let's see what animal spirit card message we have. Virgo, what's up? All right. So, guys, thank you so much for joining. If you haven't followed me yet, what are you doing, fam? Follow me so you can stay up to date when I go live. I don't schedule my lives, so, it's kind of like the gift that keeps on giving, if you will. So catch me on my live. Catch me outside. How about that? All right, we have 3 messages here. So we have a variety of people tuning in, which we love to see. So take the message as it resonates. All of these may resonate for you. Some of them won't. I will say be careful to dismiss some messages because from personal experience, I've found that messages that I've dismissed have later come to be for me. And I was like, oh, I remember hearing that in a reading. But I didn't think that was going to apply to me. And then I find out they were talking about my ass in that message. So that's why I will say personal readings are the best to really know what your message is, because in reality, it's hard to discern if you're not open to hearing all the messages. So anyways, I digress. So we have here Wolf Spirit, number 67. That could be significant to you. If you want to look into what Wolf Spirit means, like what the spirit animal means. But it says here, turn knowledge into wisdom. So a lot of you guys may be sitting on some sort of truth, or you might be sitting on something that you know is true, and it's time for you to take that and implement it. They say knowledge, the difference between knowledge and wisdom is what you do with it. So there may be some information that you're sitting on that you must take action on, okay? So for some of you. For others of you, there's Parrot Spirit, which says, watch your words. Parrots, very good at mimicking, right? Parrots are really good at they're really good at just spewing out whatever you say, you know. So there may be some people around you that may be kind of saying, gossiping, or kind of just using your words against you. So right now it's advised to really be careful about what you say now, okay? Because it might come back to haunt you, which I think here with turning knowledge into wisdom, I feel like you know some of the things that you should and shouldn't say, and the wisdom is to hold back here, okay? Then we have here Butterfly Spirit. Love this card. Love this energy. This is transformation is beautiful. So this is a general reading, guys. Now, if you are interested in a personal live TikTok reading, I will be taking donations, $25. Now, you know, if that's not feasible for you, I understand, and I do apologize for that. I would say, you know, continue to follow me as I do give out free readings, guys. I know I do this for you. My service is to you. But if you do have the means and you are interested or feel called or you need help, I do offer that, okay? So you can either you can either Venmo or Cash App. You can follow the link in my TikTok description box. Just let me know that you paid with the yellow heart so I don't skip out on you. Until then, we're going to keep rolling through our general messages here. We're getting through we're getting somewhere here. So there's transformation. There's a sense of knowing here, and there's a sense of being careful with what you say, and there's some burnt out energy. I feel like a lot of you guys are trying to really shift the energy here, because a lot of you guys are not happy, or if not happy, then unsatisfied, or just kind of feeling a little like a void. Some of y'all are just feeling like you're kind of just the same old here. Okay. Now, with watch your words, this also has to do with manifestation. Okay. This is about understanding, hey, I am the creator of my reality. With as much agency as I have over my life, I do have some control. And I think this is about exercising self-control about what you say about yourself, about what you're thinking, quite frankly, because what you think can manifest into how you believe or what you believe. If you think a certain way, it's because it's formed or stemmed from some sort of belief system. So be mindful of your attitude at this time. So we have release here, which is number 13, which is death. And with death, this is Scorpio energy. We have death kind of showing up twice here, guys. With transformation is beautiful. A lot of you guys who are familiar with the tarot will know that people will notoriously say death is about transformation. So we have transformation coming in twice here for your reading, guys. So there's something you need to let go of, okay? Leos specifically. You have a lot of Leos in the room, okay? Am I vibing with the Leos? Like, okay, there's a transformation or shift you guys are waiting on, or you guys are trying to make happen here. But in terms of what this card says, it says let go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities, and time to move on. So let me know down below, guys. Let me know down below what you guys are trying to let go of or release. What are you hoping to gain from this transforming energy? Because again, that kind of comes into play with watch your words, right? What are you wanting to let go of? What's your intention for this new kind of growth here, guys? Wow. Okay. So these are just our oracle messages. If you're tuning in just right now, we're really getting started. We're laying it on thick here today with the oracle cards. Usually when I bring out oracles and readings, it's gonna be a meaty, filled reading. So if you're just tuning in, you joined at the right time. We're gonna get started with our tarot. So sit back and take the messages as it comes. You know, not everything's gonna relate. Don't let that turn you off, because you may be cutting yourself short here with a message that might be actually pertaining to you later on down the road. My messages come sporadically, so, you know, those of you with ADHD, I am here for you. I kind of get jumpy everywhere, you know, it just depends on the message, on the energy. So, I do apologize if some things, you know, it's hard to connect with what I'm saying. How I view it, my stance is always that people who will need to understand it will understand it. So if it doesn't make sense to you, don't try to wrap your mind around how that could apply to you, because it's going to strike a chord, okay? It's just how it works. It's going to strike a chord. Now, I do want to just preface this. I do read tarot in reverse, but today I'm feeling to do upright. There is something special about taking upright messages only, because it really confines you to that one message. So I do want to kind of get a more direct interpretation of the cards today, and so we're going to move with just upright tarot, but I do read reversals as well, just putting it out there, okay? I'm in that mood, you know, I'm in that mood. So all right, guys, so like I said, if you haven't followed me yet, please do so. It helps supports me, lets me know that what I'm doing is not in vain, that, you know, you guys are resonating with this. And yeah, let's go. Let's go. This is for the collective, guys. So this is a general message for all those in the room. Again, if you'd like to purchase a TikTok live reading, you can donate $25 to either Cash App or Venmo. And then let me know with the yellow heart that you've paid. That way my eye catches that. All right. You may have to spam it a few times because we have a lot of people here, but I will not go out without getting you your reading. So, all right, we will literally pause the show for you, baby. All right, here we go. And the information to do that donation is in my TikTok link. All right, enough of that promotion, I guess. So we have here the Two of Swords. Woo, we have here the Two of Swords. So this is sword energy. Okay, we're going to break it down a little bit. So sword energy, guys, this is about the mind, okay? Swords talks about mind and talks about even communication. So when we're dealing here with the twos usually represent crossroads, as you can see, as her arms or their arms are crossed here. Twos usually mean, you know, you're at a point where there's a decision that needs to be made about something. And that's exactly what the Two of Swords represents. There's a decision that needs to be made. And interesting enough, I want to kind of go over some of the imagery here because it's going to help pull out the meaning. We have water in the background, and water represents emotions, your inner world, your feelings. Okay, as you can see, she's also dressed in a light blue shade here, which talks about, and it has white undertones, which talks about purity and your emotions as well. The color blue can indicate emotions, can indicate communication. That sword and emotional, that sword and cup, blah blah blah, I can't speak. It talks about both worlds. It talks about the emotions and the inner mind. Okay, that's really what I'm trying to get at here. So there's a decision that you guys are needing to make, okay? Or perhaps this may be past tense for some of you. Just take it as it resonates, guys. It could be past tense or it could be present tense, okay? And so for some of you, it could be future. Who knows? But, you know, wherever you're at in this walk of life, there's a decision, okay? Obviously here. And what is causing you to kind of be here is a lack of trying to see what is in front of you. Because you see here, this person, this figure has a blindfold over their eyes, okay? So this is about needing to make a decision and seeing it for what it's worth. A lot of you guys may be avoiding a decision because you don't really want to see how that decision is going to affect you. Okay. Now, the truth of the matter is, in the Two of Swords, it's kind of already known that you know what your decision is already. Okay. You already know what you need to do. But again, this person in the Two of Swords is kind of like, well, I'm not going to make it because I'm not going to make this decision because I don't want to live with the consequences that comes afterwards. I know what I need to do. I know what the right thing to do is, but I'm just afraid of making that choice. So there's some fear here. Okay, there's some fear. And honestly, there's some self-doubt too, because it's like you don't believe in yourself to have the power to make the correct choice. It's almost like you're kind of teetering on living in a world where you may be self-deceiving yourself, right? You may be deceiving yourself, or you're going to take the plunge and live with the reality of said choices. Let's see what else is about this energy. It's a very interesting card to first start out with. So a lot of you guys maybe have dealing with this for quite a bit, or this may have just been sprung upon you. You know, maybe last minute you're needing to make a choice and you're like, shit, like I know what I need to do, but I'm just having a hard time committing to it, or I'm having a hard time pulling the trigger on it. Okay. So tell me more about this Two of Swords energy. Why is the Two of Swords here? What is the root here? What is the root of this dilemma, of this confusion, of this avoidance? Why are we here right now? Why is this showing up for my collective? Page of Swords. Okay, the pages are very youthful. Okay, youthful energy. The Page of Swords is about understanding and learning. It's about having curiosity and kind of a thirst for knowledge. So some of you guys may be avoiding a decision because you're under the impression that there's more information that's needed before you can actually take a step in the right direction. For some reason, I feel like that's kind of baloney because, again, this person already knows the decision that they need to make. But I feel like you're trying to get some sort of proof or validation or confirmation that what you're about to do or what you are planning to do, or I mean, it's the same thing, right? Basically, you're needing some sort of validation that the choice you're going to make or the choice that you need to make is the right one. I feel like that's just kind of holding you back here. You don't want to you don't want to burn your bridges or I don't know, what is it? Cut your foot off? Or I don't even know. I can't keep up with these idioms. Eight of Swords. Can we just talk about the sword energy, y'all? Like, what the heck? Okay, so the Eight of Swords is self-sabotage. Okay, so Eight of Swords is... Can we also talk about the theme here with the blinds, like the covers over the eyes? Can we just talk about this? Because, again, I feel like a lot of you guys are creating some sort of... It's almost like you're making the situation a little worse because the longer that you're waiting for making this decision, the more in your head you're going to get about it. The more you're going to start, going back and forth on it. And again, like, you already know what needs to be done. So I feel like we're not really touching on what this decision is about. Rather, we're kind of looking more at how this is making you feel, this kind of prolonged need to make some sort of action. It's kind of eating you alive a little bit. That may be intense. I may be exaggerating a little bit, but I feel like for most of you, you kind of get my drift. It's like, it's kind of something that doesn't leave you. I feel like you could go a day or two without thinking about it, but eventually it's going to come right back around with the Page of Swords, right? It's just going to kind of come right back around and you're going to have to start to look into it again. And I feel like you may be overanalyzing the situation a little too much with the Eight of Swords. You're kind of causing the situation to be a little more extra. You're a little extra here, baby. Okay? Not just a little, a lot. Oh, God. Okay. So, Spirit, what else here? We have the energy of somebody or somebodies who... Okay. So, we have the energy of somebody here who obviously is in a mental bind. The Eight of Swords is mental bind. This is only caused by your delay or inaction to move, to make a decision on something. Okay, you could be a little bit obsessed about this here with the Eight of Swords and the Page of Swords. You could be really, like I said, overanalyzing. You may be feeling like you don't have all the information in order to make a practical decision here. But there's something in your gut. I forgot to mention this with the moon in the background. The moon's about intuition. So we have the moon in water, Pisces, Cancer energy. So this is about you following that inner knowing. But again, I feel like a lot of you guys haven't really been afforded the time or the opportunity to trust or hone that intuition. So when it comes time for you to need to make a decision based only on your intuition, you get stuck because you feel like, no, I need some sort of physical proof. I need facts. I need logic to make sense of how I can go about this. I can't just go on my feelings. A lot of you guys are invalidating your intuition right now because, again, you need something physical or solid to go off of, and that's what's keeping you stuck here. And honestly, let's go back to our oracle here, turn knowledge into wisdom. So Spirit is essentially saying, what more knowledge do you need before you actually take that step towards whatever this situation is calling for, guys? Now, when we talk about the Fool, okay, the Fool is naive, it's innocent, okay? We have the white rose here as a symbol of, I want to say, like optimism or, in essence, this whole card is about freedom, about taking chances, taking risks, going where you don't really know, but you know that you're going to be okay. And so I feel like this is what's waiting for you on the other side. Can we just take a moment to look at the kind of colors? When we look at tarot, we want to look at how color comes into play. And we can see there's a lot of blues here. Yeah, some yellow. But the overall colors is blue. It's emotions. It's the thoughts, the mind. And here we have sweet yellow, optimism, happiness, sunlight. It's about growth, right? Releasing, transformation, expansion. So I think a lot of you guys are afraid of the unknown. What is going to happen when I take this leap of faith? This is literally leap of faith. What is going to happen when I go into no man's land? So for a lot of you guys, this could be you as somebody who, again, who values practicality. You may be a pragmatist. You may need some sort of physical proof in order for you to follow that inclination that you have, okay? Because we have the Star card, Aquarius energy. We also have Aries energy here with the Fool, okay? And we have Earth energy here. It's like a lot of you guys have been living in your heads and you're needing some sort of grounding here. You need something to ground you so you can keep your faith alive. A lot of you guys may have been struggling with faith in terms of maybe spirituality or within a situation. It's like you're afraid that by taking a leap of faith, you might lose that faith. You might not be able to maintain that faith. Because faith is the things that you don't, is belief, trust in the things that you don't see. And as the Queen of Pentacles, this is about somebody who values material, who values the 3D. And so I can see how this is affecting you because, this is a big ask. This is a big ask of the universe. Remember, we have let go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities and time to move on, right? Death card here, time to release, to move on, and then we have here an affirmation. Transformation is beautiful. A lot of you guys are afraid, but in reality, it's unfounded fear because just because we don't know what's going to come about in the next chapter of our lives or in tomorrow, it doesn't mean that a miracle can't happen. It doesn't mean that you won't get what you want. Now, I'm not going to tell you and sit here and lie to you and say, oh, you're going to get everything. Because no, that's not reality. That's not the truth. Truth is, there are risks that we need to take, which is what the Fool does. The Fool takes risks. The Fool understands that, Hey, I may not have all the answers. I may not know where I'm going, but at least I'm coming prepared. At least I'm going with some sort of optimism, right? Again, the yellow talking about optimism. Here you have yellow again, the star here talking about faith, hope, trust, okay, healing. This may be a healing. This may have been a long time in the coming here with the star and the Fool. Okay, you may have been nurturing. The Queen of Pentacles is nurturing. May have been trying to nurture yourself during this time. And a lot of you guys may be wondering, when is it your turn? When will you see the fruits of your labor of finally being able to get to a point where you can make a solid move, a solid choice? Again, a lot of you guys are doubting you have what it takes in order to take on this new journey, or in order for you to manifest something, manifestation with the Star card. And really, you just need to focus on the manifestation of the material. So I'm getting manifestation of the material, meaning focusing on how can I bring in this new energy. What am I, right? Watch your words, right? What am I saying with the Parrot Spirit? What am I saying? What am I doing that's going to help create a new environment for me where I can move away from this anxiety-provoking, nail-biting situation? I want more information on this, though. I feel like a lot of you guys just need that extra encouragement to move forward with going towards whatever it is you need to do. And really, you have what it takes. You have what it takes. You have the abundance. You may not feel like you have enough, but Spirit is trying to convey here you have exactly what you need. Okay, this Fool, it ain't going with luggage, baby. It ain't going with a, I don't know why I turned into, I'm sorry. It's not going, okay, this person isn't leaving with 20 bags, right? It's just going with whatever it needs to survive. And sometimes it's a kind of a reminder here to not take the little things you have for granted, because it's going to be very easy to focus on the things that you don't have, right? This is self-sabotage. Focusing on the things that you don't have, focusing on what's not right. And there needs to be a level of optimism here I keep getting. Okay, let's see what else. What else for my collective? The Hermit, Virgo energy again. We have here new moon in Virgo. We have Virgo showing up again. So, this could resonate for you as a Virgo. It doesn't have to be, but I'm just calling it out as I see it. So Spirit has had you in a time where you may have needed to kind of pull away, okay? Pull away from a lot of other energies around you. A lot of you guys may have felt alone or lonely or isolated. But in reality, there's a wisdom. There is something behind it. There's a deeper truth or a deeper meaning behind why you've had to be so kind of like, I don't know, not incognito mode. It's kind of lame, but a lot of you guys have been experiencing some sort of kind of inner knowing or inner wisdom or some kind of truth being revealed to you as far as who you are and where you're going. So a lot of this could be about life purpose here, because the Hermit card withdraws. Okay, it's about a card of going within, of introspection, of self-assessment, and really taking stock of where you're at, why you're there, and where you want to go. That's really what the Hermit card represents. It's about understanding yourself to a point where you're ready to take the next step. And that's kind of the challenge here. It's like, do you know yourself enough to make the right decision? Are you comfortable with making the wrong decision? Do you feel like you have what it takes to bounce back if, in fact, your decision was not the one that you wanted at the end of the day? However that resonates for you. Again, not everything may resonate, guys. Okay. The Nine of Wands. Here we go. Insecurities. It's about perseverance as well. So a lot of you guys, again, like I said, this has been a long time in the coming. A lot of you guys may have felt like this has been a long journey, honey. It's been taking you a while to get to where you are right now. And I feel like, we're at the 9, right? So what's next? 10, the completion. So some of you guys are still going through this where, you're feeling a little bit defensive. You're feeling a little bit wounded. You're feeling guarded. I feel like a lot of you guys have some trust issues here. Not gonna lie. I'm picking that up. And I feel like, again, it kind of comes back to self-trust. Like, do you trust yourself? Can you trust your intuition? Some of you guys may have made decisions in the past that led down to weary roads, which is why it's that much harder for you to make a decision now about where you want to go in life. It's harder. It's like once bitten, twice shy, because at some point you thought you knew what was right, and it turns out you didn't. And now you're being forced and tasked with a decision to move forward, and you don't know what is left and what is right. You don't know what's right. You don't know what's wrong, because at one point you did trust yourself, and that's what got you in trouble. Your self-trust is what got you into your mess. And now it's that much harder to believe in yourself because, again, I feel like self-betrayal here. Some of you guys are guarded against yourself. And you know what's interesting? Can we just take a moment here? Hold on. You notice how in the beginning, we had these two people with the blindfolds over their eyes, and now it's kind of above this person's head. It's like now you're looking over your shoulder. Now you're seeing the truth, but now you're looking back like, I don't know. I have to stay on guard. I have to be defensive about it. I can't trust it. It's me and my wand, and I have to knock down everything in its path and anything in my path because I have to test it out. I have to see how real this is, because if it's not real, if I can't confirm it, if I can't identify it logically, if I can't feel it, touch it, taste it, smell it, hear it, then I'm not gonna go for it. I feel like you're at that point. You're like at your bittersweet end here. A lot of you guys, you've been staying up a lot at night. You've been staying up late at night, thinking about these decisions, thinking about where you want to go in life. A lot of you guys are not, let me just put it to you like this. A lot of you guys are not happy about where you're at in terms of your self kind of distrust, or this kind of betrayal, or this energy. That's what I want to say. You guys are not happy with this energy. I do see you want to get out of this. Because again, remember, Two of Swords is somebody who knows what they need to do, but just are not able to do it yet. So you know that you want to get out of this energy, but you just don't know how. And I feel like that's what's keeping you stuck, right? We already mentioned that. But it really just comes down to understanding that there has to be a level of compassion. Queen of Pentacles is a very compassionate person. Very nurturing, very compassionate. And there needs to be some sort of forgiveness here for the star. Hope, faith, trust, forgiveness, healing. Because we're imperfect people. We all make mistakes. We are not our failures. And that's why Spirit wants you to watch what you're saying here. Because a lot of the things that you may be saying may be actually hurting you and maybe disrespecting yourself and your soul. You may be causing more pain. 8 of Swords, self-sabotage. You might be putting yourself in a situation that really is only going to prolong this kind of burdening feeling. And that's where release comes in. Let go of the past. It's time to move on. Okay? It's time to give rather than take. That's to me the whole getting information, getting the confirmation, the validation, or getting to a point where you feel comfortable. The Queen of Pentacles is comfortable. She sits with her materials because she's done the work to get to where she's at, and she's living comfortably. I feel like this kind of comfortable feeling you could keep slipping back into. And, you know, it's like, it's time for you to take action. It's time to give rather than take. You know, like I said, you have all that you need. The Fool has everything they need for this journey. All you need is faith, is what I'm hearing. Whoa, okay. So a lot of you guys here, okay, without you really realizing it, you are setting yourself up for success. Now, the Six of Wands, whenever you see this in a reading, okay, this is a confirmation that you will have triumph over your trials and victory. Okay, again, faith goes a long way. Okay, needing to understand that you're going to get the recognition, you are going to get the validation that you need. It may not just be when you need it or when you think you need it. Okay, a lot of people, this to me is a card of like people not seeing the struggle, but only seeing the success. This is how I see the Six of Wands. You know, this person here on the so basically the story behind the Six of Wands is this person's actually being led out of a battle into victory. You know, they're celebrating this person's victory over their battle because the Five of Wands is about opposition, about opposing goals or people opposing you. And the Six of Wands is like you coming out of that as a victor or more victorious. And so I feel like a lot of you guys are still at that Five of Wands energy, but what's waiting for you on the other side is that kind of gratitude or grace from that opposition that you're going. And a lot of times the Five of Wands represents internal opposition. Okay, look at this. This is beautiful. So the Ace of Pentacles is a new opportunity. Okay, now let's take a note here. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, okay? So for a lot of you guys, this is about you receiving some sort of physical opportunity, okay? In whatever situation this is, okay? Let's put it in perspective. If this is about career. This is about you getting a career opportunity and it coming out fan-fucking-tastic, okay? Like, it's going to be everything that you wish for and desired for here. It could be financial opportunity. You could be getting, like, a raise or some sort of incentive or bonus, or you may be finding a position that pays more, or you might be more respected at work. Something physical, right? In terms of relationships, let's talk about, those of you in separations, could be you meeting up with your person, there being a physical reconnection with the person or communication with the person, or things going to the next level. In terms of family, it's new opportunities to nurture the family home life. Okay, that's what the Ace of Pentacles is. It's about opportunities. And like what we have here, reference back to our other oracle card earlier. Technically, this is Tarot Oracle, but it's fine. This one in particular says an ending that makes way for new opportunities. Okay, so again, the synchronicities here is talking about new opportunities, but are you willing to face the future when it comes down to it? Are you willing to sacrifice your fears for an abundant and beautiful new blessing, a new opportunity? So a lot of you guys could be blocking your own blessings. I'm just going to put it straightforward. The Queen of Swords, okay? This is about making clear, analytical, logical decisions that are factual and that are in your favor. It's about less of your emotions and more of your mental state. So a lot of you guys may need to focus on your thoughts or redirect your thoughts, bring into question your thoughts. Again, like I said, with Watch Your Words here with the Parrot Spirit, it's like, what are you saying? Monitor your inner dialogue, because again, you could be just stuck in a loop here of hermit mode and by yourself when you're with yourself at night, thinking of all the worst case scenarios and delaying a blessing here. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Let's switch up decks. This is a collective message. Now, again, guys, if you are interested in a personal reading, I will be doing those, and it is a $25 donation. You can either Cash App or Venmo, and that link is in my TikTok bio. And just let me know you paid with a yellow heart. That way I don't miss ya. But let's see what other energies we got going on here. For our collective, I know we have people coming in and out of the room. So just to keep the energies fresh and not to beat a dead horse, you know, let's see here. What's going on with the collective spirit? Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We have death again. Transformation, growth, letting go of the old, allowing things to happen naturally. Now, the Hierophant shows up to talk about doing the right thing. So this is a reminder, okay, for those of you who are in question, that whatever it is that you're deciding, whatever it is that you have been thinking about, yes, this is a yes, okay? You are on the right path, and you will do the right thing. So long as you stay true to yourself, okay? Again, it's just crazy to me to see that we have death coming in all kinds of ways here. There's an ending for sure, okay? There's going to be a change, a transformation for sure. A lot of you guys, again, have been waiting for this kind of energy to stop and to move. Oh, here we go. Six of Swords. Letting go, moving on, okay? So for some of you guys, it may be an end to a relationship or an end to some sort of position or job, and you're kind of moving into new waters. This could be an ending to maybe an ideology even, okay? Look, who do we have down here? The Fool. We have the Fool. So a new beginning is afoot, guys. Again, a lot of you guys are kind of avoiding this ending, avoiding this transformation because, again, there's a fear of the unknown. But the thing about the Six of Swords here is that somebody is being divinely guided here. Okay, this person thinks that they know where they're going, but in reality, the waters is what's going to bring them to their destination. How turbulent the water is or the current is going to bring them to where they need to go. And honestly, this is for your highest good here with the Hierophant. This is about wisdom, right? Almost like hermit energy here. It's about knowledge and wisdom. And we talk about knowledge and wisdom with the wolf spirit, right? Turn knowledge into wisdom. So you're going to learn a lot from this season of life right now. Going into October, you're going to get a lot of, you're going to grow wiser is what I'm really trying to say. Okay? You are going to grow wiser from this situation. So in reality, you know, if you don't make a choice, the choice will be made for you and you're going to learn either way. You know, you can either learn the hard way or you can learn the normal way, right? Level 1 or level 10. There's really no in between here, right? You know, life is not black and white, but our experiences is what helps shapes and mold our perceptions. And we really want to ask ourselves, you know, what do I want to experience to learn? You know, do I want to experience painful things to learn? Or do I want to experience the more higher vibe ways of learning? The higher, the what's in my highest good? What's going to make me feel good? Here we go, 10 of Wands. Okay, so I can see here that you guys are going to be transitioning into some sort of energy where you're going to finally let down the burden. You're going to finally let go of what's been holding you down or holding you back. Okay, Spirit's going to lead you there. Spirit's going to lead you there. You have to trust. Okay, a lot of it's about trusting, guys. And again, a lot of you guys may be questioning or... because the Hierophant can also indicate spirituality. So a lot of you guys may be... it's like, God, like, do I trust the divine enough to guide me to where I need to go? You know, a lot of you guys may be, you know, sticking your foot in the ground and you know, Spirit's having to drag you out. You know, I feel like, to be honest, I feel like it's kind of you guys. Some of you guys, it's like, It's like, this is you not really wanting to go. Here's you and your swords and spirit guiding you out. You know, it's like you probably don't even see spirit behind you guiding you, but you're just like, here I am. Like, and again, I'm not trying to make light of your guys' situation, because the Ten of Wands is very overwhelming energy. It's very, very burdensome energy. It's very heavy, weighty energy. And this is the kind of energy of somebody who doesn't really like to ask for help or doesn't really know how to. Okay, even if you wanted to ask for help, it's like you don't have the strength or courage to really let other people in. It's that guarded, defensive energy. This is the I can do it on my own, I don't need anybody kind of energy. And it's only going to take you so far before you break down, before you're going to have, this person's not going to make it all the way to camp. I'm just going to tell you right up, okay, straight up. This person with the Ten of Wands, they're not going to make it to camp. Some of them wands are going to fall out. Okay? Like, it's about learning that you can't do it all on your own. Spirit has to intervene at some point and get you to see what's happening in your situation, to get you to see the reality of what you're holding on to. This could be baggage, okay? Six of Swords in some decks, or at least in one deck in particular. I think it's the, what is it? Not the Muse. I always forget the name of that deck, dude. It's not the Muse, it's the other one. Oh, it's by the same... Oh my god, this is gonna kill me. Anyways, there's another deck that when they describe the meaning of the Six of Swords, it's like somebody who is leaving with baggage to another destination. And this is about reminding yourself that you don't have to take the past into wherever you are going. If you're going into a new chapter of life, please do not let the past bleed into the future, right? Remember, it's time to move on, okay? Let go of the past. It's time to move on, let go of the past, and ending that makes way for new opportunities, okay? Yep, this could indicate traveling. So if you guys are planning on leaving or planning on moving, this could be a more figurative leaving or figurative moving, but it could also mean literal. Judgment. Here we go. The dreaded day. It's Judgment Day. This is what you guys, a lot of you guys are kind of in fear of. It's like, if I make this decision, I'm going to have to pay for those consequences. I'm going to have to, it's like I'm going to have to say I'm sorry. I'm going to have to practice forgiveness. I'm going to have to, pay my debts. And it's painful sometimes. It's not easy. And a lot of you guys are fearing this judgment, this kind of decision. Like, everything is a domino effect, right? For every action, there's a reaction. So a lot of you guys are in fear that whatever decision you're going to make, there's going to be negative consequences. And it could be a byproduct of past experiences, okay? A lot of you guys may feel like you are currently in that kind of period where you are paying for the mistakes of your past with death here. I feel like a lot of you guys may be feeling like, you're kind of paying your karmic debts, or this is maybe a lot of you guys are like, oh, is this my karma? Like, I feel like this is for a lot of you guys. King of Cups. This is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. So, the lesson here is for you to be able to balance your emotions, okay? Because remember how in the first set of cards that we pulled, if you were with me there, we had a lot of mental and somewhat emotional energy. And a lot of this is about spirit helping you understand your emotions better, your intuition better. I would say more emotions than intuition, because if it was the Queen of Cups, that's more intuition for me. But the King of Cups is more about balancing your emotions and getting a handle of what you feel, of how things make you feel, and knowing what is the right thing to feel in a situation. Some of you guys may have been carrying baggage for so long that everything triggers you, that you're just afraid of living at this point. Okay, it doesn't resonate for all. It may only resonate for some. But this is the kind of energy Spirit wants to take you out from. They want to take you out of this frenzy, you know, what we pulled with this deck, the kind of sporadic kind of energy of mental anguish and self-sabotage and confusion and knowing there's something you need to do but not being able to do it. They want to take you out from that and into a place where you feel more comfortable and confident in those decisions when you make it from the heart. Page of Pentacles. It all starts somewhere though, right? There's a small seed that needs to be planted. And again, a lot of you guys are even afraid of taking that first step because you don't know how that outcome is going to come, how that outcome is going to be. A lot of you guys are afraid of, you guys are kind of afraid of consequences. For some of you guys, it's really fear of the unknown. Oh my God, look who we have again. Two of Swords. Guys, again, I really can't emphasize this enough, but there's a decision that you need to kind of really make already. It's kind of overdue. And it's going to bring change. It's going to bring deep foundational change. And again, a lot of you guys are afraid of change. You guys are afraid of what's going to happen. You know, a lot of you guys are thinking the worst case scenario in this situation. A lot of you guys are thinking that your whole world is going to crumble, or that, you know, you're not going to get what you want out of a situation once you make your move. I feel like a lot of you guys, you don't want to walk away. Some of you guys don't want to let go. You don't want to let go. You don't want to let go of the past. You don't want to let go of your present. You don't want to move on. See these cups? The cups are in the upright because there's still some sort of emotional attachment, right? Cups, emotions. They're in the upright. They're not turned over. They're not spilled over. These are things of value. There may be somebody that you need to leave behind, or something you need to leave behind, and you don't want to do it. Two of Swords. You feel like this is gonna bring your world into chaos, and you feel like it's gonna be because you deserve it. Like, I feel like a lot of you guys have negative beliefs about yourself. But Spirit wants to remind you, transformation is a beautiful process. Okay? I mean, death, transformation is written all over in this reading, guys. And not every consequence is a negative. You could be rewarded for listening to your intuition. But it's hard. It's hard. No one said it was going to be easy. No one said it was going to be easy. That's why it's hard to walk away. That's why it's hard to let go. Because we are chained to our comfortability. We're chained to the devil that we know. The devil we know is better than the devil we don't, right? But that's the kind of energy that's causing this kind of inner conflict. This burden with the Nine of Wands. Because you can only carry this so far. You're going to have to eventually let those go and carry on. A lot of you guys have picked up other people's baggages and have made them your own with the Ten of Wands. And eventually you're going to have to let it go and leave with your own one bag. Because you can only carry enough for yourself. Okay? You're attached. There's it's cyclical. There's a cycle here. This attachment will only breed chaos if you let it. You have more power and control than you think. The Moon. Intuition. Right? Like I said before, with the moon here in the background, this is about intuition, about inner knowing. And it's also about the things of the unseen, the hidden realms, the things that we don't yet know, that we have yet to uncover. Again, this talks to me about fear of the unknown. Okay? A lot of you guys, You know, it's funny. We have here the crescent moon and the full moon. And then we also have the crescent moon and full moon here, with the crescent moon here. There's a theme here about, okay, when it's nighttime, when it's at night, when I'm by myself with my thoughts, how am I able to follow my inner voice? How am I able to make the necessary steps and decisions to get me to where I need to? How can I gather the strength that I don't even know that I have, that I don't even feel like exists? A lot of you guys don't give yourself enough credit. Truly. It's sad. I empathize. I do. I really do. A lot of you guys think you deserve what's happening. And that's some form of defense mechanism, because you can't understand why there would be any other way for you to experience this. But the truth of the matter is you have, like I said before, all the resources that you need is at your disposal. You have what it takes, my dears. You have the power, the tools, the resources to create a better environment, a better situation, a better outcome. Do you believe it, though? That's the real question at this point. Because for a lot of you guys, relationships have been on hold because of this. Some of you guys have been wondering why you haven't been in a successful relationship. It's because of this situation itself. It's self-belief. This is delay. This is relationships, connections. A lot of you guys have been experiencing delays in relationships because you haven't been able to truly, truly trust yourself enough to walk away from the devil that you know, from comfort. But like I said, you do have what it takes. And that's, the belief is exactly what is needed for you to get your end goal. A lot of you guys aren't even looking for relationships because y'all gave up. Point blank period. Y'all gave up on relationships because you're like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being let down. I'm sick and tired of feeling like I'm always the one having to sacrifice. And so for a lot of you guys, love isn't even on your radar anymore. And it's because you've allowed this kind of energy to stay around you for so long that you kind of lost yourself a little bit here. Okay, Two of Wands. This is about taking a beat. Okay, take a beat, take a step back, and regather yourself, compose yourself. Okay, it's about planning and preparing. Take a step back, take a breather. Look at your situation from a third person's perspective. Be objective. Don't get so close to your situations that you put all of your eggs and all of your emotions into that one thing, into that one basket. Okay? This is about a period of time where you're really considering your future very seriously. You're really trying to plan. Okay, if you're traveling, if you're moving, it's not because you're doing it on a whim, but it's because it's methodical. There's purpose, there's intent. This is a time of intention. Again, why we have here, watch your words. It's a time of intention. Okay? Be the controller of your thoughts. Be the moderator of your mind. And of your emotions too, right? King of Swords, Ten of Swords. Okay? This is the self-betrayal that we're talking about here. I want to put an emphasis here on the phone real quick, because we do live in an era where, phones can be very consuming in our lives. We have a phone here and a phone here. This girl is dead and still on her phone. Like, what? Hello? Can someone explain, please? How can you be dead but still checking your Instagram? Please, someone tell me. Tweeting from the grave. The fuck? A lot of you guys are obsessed or consumed with media, with FOMO, with other people, and looking like I don't have this, or I need this, or this is a form of self-betrayal because you're telling yourself that, look, I'm seeing people live the life that I want, and I don't know how to get there, or I don't deserve it, or why don't I have it's a lack mentality here. It's about betraying yourself because you don't see the blessings that are in front of you. You're looking at everything else in the future and you're not really present. But let me tell you one thing, if you keep going down that road, for those of you who resonate, you're gonna miss life. Like, you're gonna blink and your life is gonna be like, whoa. My life be like, ooh, right? Because you'd be like, damn, like, why didn't I appreciate where spirit, where God, where universe had me when I was there? Because let me tell you, you only get to live this day once. That's not news for any of you, but it's a nice, gentle reminder, because a lot of you guys are missing small blessings that can turn into beautiful miracles in your future. Because you're so obsessed or consumed. Obsessed is maybe a harsh word, but it's like you're so focused, right? You're so focused, or you're tuned too much into other people or the world or opinions of others, and you're comparing yourself, your life and your trajectory with those who are on your same, age group, or what is it called? Like, there's a word for it, demographic. Okay, there are certain demographics that you're comparing yourself to with others, and you're like, why am I not there yet? What's wrong with me? That's self-betrayal. There's nothing wrong with you, babe. I promise you, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just no two lives look the same. No two paths look the same. And once we are in acceptance of that, then we can really take that step back and evaluate where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, and where can you move forward that's going to redefine your weaknesses and make even stronger those strengths. Because you got them. You do. Trust me, you do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, last tarot deck we'll be using to clarify for my lovely dear collectives. And if you're still here, I do sincerely appreciate you. I only wish and hope and pray that the energies of these readings bring the comfort and the confirmation that you're looking for. That this may be just a gentle reminder of the things that you may have forgotten. Okay, and just so you are aware, like I said, guys, I am offering personal readings. So if you do want one, again, it's just a $25 donation. And you may Venmo or not PayPal. PayPal's not working. You can Venmo or Cash App me. And we'll do your reading on the live, baby. All right. Let's see here. What is going on? And if you are interested in that that personal session, just follow the link in my TikTok bio, and I'll get you there. Okay, Spirit. Oh boy, am I not surprised to see this? So, we get it, right? We get it. There's a lot of burdens going on. There's a lot on your plate. Okay? There's a lot on your plate right now. It's overwhelming. It's tiring. You feel small. Okay? You feel like you just can't catch a break. Okay? I get it, baby. I really do, my dear. I really do, my love. I do. I get it. I get it. It's been heavy on you. It's been hard on you. And a lot of the sad part about it is I feel like you're alone in this process. I feel like you don't really have anybody that you can really shoulder this kind of weight with, like, or weight on. I feel like you are somehow in a position where you just kind of have to kind of stick it out, right? Just kind of put your bootstraps on and keep moving forward, keep marching on. And it's hard to live like that. It really is. We need a community. We need people to vent to get something off your chest, right? That weight off your chest. A lot of you guys may not have that. It's been a hard time for you, and I'm sorry, dear. You don't deserve that. You don't. You really don't. But there is a purpose and a reason behind it. There's something better coming for you. Okay, you are going to reap the rewards of all that you've sown, all that you've done, all that you've had to go through and suffered. Suffering in silence is a big thing I'm hearing. Suffering in silence. A lot of people don't know that you're suffering. A lot of you guys are putting a brave face, going to work, doing your best, showing up for people, showing up for your family, for your friends. But it's hard to show up for yourself. It really has been hard to show up for yourself. Queen of Pentacles. So again, this is about self-care, nurturing. It's about seeing what you have as valuable, as valued. Being appreciative of the things that you do have and trying to make lemonade with just those small little lemons. Okay, here we go. We have some action here. The Ace of Wands. So this is a step in the right direction. Spirit's going to give you some sort of push here. So if you've been dealing with depression or lack of motivation or stagnancy, be prepared. There's going to be a change. Now, if you just tuned in or if you've been listening up until this point, then yes, this message is for you. Because this is the first time I'm actually seeing an action of a change. Because remember, we came from a point in the beginning of the reading where you're stuck because you need some sort of either confirmation or validation of what you should do in a situation. And now I feel like again, the blessing here is that Spirit's going to give you that push, that extra oomph. Okay, maybe you've lost your spark or maybe you've lost passion in life. I think that's why I had to say if you're dealing with depression, because depression by definition is the loss of enjoyment of the things that you've once enjoyed or the things that you've once loved. And so I feel like there's just been this burden of things that's just been taking and sucking life out of you. So it has been hard to nurture yourself because it's hard to care for yourself. It's hard to care about anything. How can somebody ask someone to care for something if they don't even care really about themselves? Not because they don't want to, but because it's hard to. People don't understand the burden of self-care when you're in this energy. Okay, that's depression. And that's, please understand, like, I say that very seriously. Depression takes people's lives. Depression affects people on a daily basis. And so I do want to promote this as some sort of like encouragement to your mental health journey if that is you, because the roads may seem long and tiring and pointless sometimes, but I'm going to tell you, as people tell you when you're hiking a mountain, you're almost there. Spirit is going to provide you with that extra oomph, that extra zest of life that you've been waiting for. I almost feel like crying. Yo, it's crazy, dude. I feel like crying right now. Like, my eyes are like water. I'm not even, I bullshit you not. I mean, there's no need for me to be exaggerating like that, like if it wasn't true. Because a lot of you guys have been feeling like you've been running on empty. That's the Ten of Wands. Burnt out, overwhelmed. If you know tarot, you know this card. Ten of Wands is overwhelmed, burnt out, exhaustion. And you've been really waiting for this moment. You've been really waiting for this moment for change. This is real life. This is real life, yo. This is real life. Look at this. As I say, you've been waiting. 7 of Pentacles. You've been waiting. You've been putting in the effort. This person has two different shoes on. It's like, at this point, you're just lucky to have shoes on. Like, you'll do whatever. Like, it's like, it takes a lot of energy for you to do things that back in the day, it didn't take you much. Getting up, brushing your teeth, taking a shower used to be just another thing to check off your checklist. Now, you'll be lucky if you got to do any of those things. I see you. I hear you. I get it. I've been there. I really have. 10 of Pentacles. Okay, this could be affecting your family life. This could be affecting just kind of like your ambition for life. Again. Well, if we don't have the cherry on top. So, Spirit's going to bring some illumination. Let's focus on the eyes here. Spirit's going to bring some illumination here in terms of how to get yourself back into your boss power. Okay? A lot of you guys, again, have been out of touch or out of sync or just kind of lost yourself through life. Okay? It's been hard for you to find the joy, find the beauty in life, and I really want you to know Spirit is going to bring that in for you. There's going to be a change. There really is. There really is. And you know what? It might not happen overnight. It most certainly might not happen overnight. But you give it some more time. You keep with the faith. You keep fighting. I know you're exhausted. I know that you've been I know that this road has been long. But we literally have 2 nurturing cards here, Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. Baby, you better make way. You better clean out. You better do some spring cleaning in the fall. You better do some spring cleaning. Make room. Because something exciting, something refreshing, something new, something inspiring is going to come your way in October. It's going to pave the way to a new chapter of your life. A lot of you guys have been kind of singing the same tune or doing the same song and dance. And I'm telling you right now, that's coming to a close here in the end of September. You watch, mark my words, something is going to shift and you're not even going to know it. You're probably going to be like, oh, it's because it's like October and, Halloween or the air is different. Don't discredit the work and the journey and how far you've come. You've worked since the sun goes down, okay? You stayed up with yourself. And I want to make a point here to say, those of you who nurture your thoughts, those of you who overthink, that to some degree is self-care, but in excess. Remember, with self-care, you also have to put up boundaries with yourself to know what is good for you and what is too much for you. Because monitoring your thoughts is the first step, but dwelling on them is when it becomes unhealthy. And I think Spirit's going to help you filter those things out to make it easier for you to know, oh, that's just a thought. I don't have to really spend too much time on that. I can release it. And I feel like once you're at that point, that's when you're going to be able to give. That's when you're going to be able to provide to others and to be of service and to show up for people. Because I know a lot of you guys have been wanting to show up for others and haven't had the energy, ability, will, power to do it. And that's what's eating you guys alive. A lot of you guys see what's happening in front of you, but you just can't, for some reason. There's just something that's lacking within you that's just not allowing you to get to that point of giving or showing up or being who it is that you want to be. But again, a lot of you guys claim this blessing, please, and I pray that over you guys. Clarity, the sun here, is going to come through. You're going to find enlightenment. You're going to find your passion, your purpose, your goal. You're going to find what makes you wake up in the morning excited. Okay, you're going to find the sky is even bluer than before. Okay, it's metaphorical, but it could also be literal. I feel like it's going to be a new appreciation for life that's coming your way, guys. So don't discredit it. Don't reject it. Some of you guys, I fear, will push that feeling away, because again, it comes down to your self-worth and self-value and how you view yourself. Do you honestly believe that you deserve happiness? Do you honestly believe that you deserve the life of passion, of love, of excitement? You know, it's a hard pill to swallow. It's hard to ask. It's even harder to answer, because we all want to say, yeah, of course, I know I deserve it. But, you know, how are you treating yourself then? How is this manifesting? Because the more that we look at other people, the more disappointed we are in ourselves when we feel like we haven't measured up. We feel like we failed ourselves, we failed each other, we feel like it's hard to keep ourselves accountable. And all of those things are kind of unconsciously going through your mind, because you may not even realize it until it's too late, where you start to just have this wave of sadness and you're just like, where is this sadness coming from? So, you know, my recommendation is, as a friend, okay, is, you know, kind of purge the ideologies of where you should be right now, where you want to be. You know, learn to accept where spirit has you, because there's a reason behind it. Learn to find the gray silver lining. Learn to appreciate, you know, your bed, for example. Small things that we can take for granted. I know it sounds cheesy and corny, and I hope it doesn't come across that way, because what I'm saying really is to be more in touch with your reality, to be more in tune with where you are, and not so much so focused on where you want to be, where you wish you were, because it's only setting yourself up for false expectations. A lot of you guys are very hard on yourselves, okay? 7 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. You guys may work yourself to death, okay? Trying to get to this place where you're this kind of personality with this person and this job and this family, and like there's so many things that are just racking up. That's too hard. I say that there's a rake right here. You know, it's too hard to live up to. It's like, why don't you just clean the slate, and take stock and inventory of what is in front of you, and ask yourself, what kind of magic can I do with what I have? How can I make this the best moment of my life? You know, be your own motivator. How can you motivate yourself? How can, you know, treat yourself like the inner child, like the child in the parent situation, right? With psychology, they do that, talk about inner child. I went to therapy for a while, and, you know, my therapist and I, we would kind of refer to myself as, you know, the inner child with the parent. And, you know, how would you show up for yourself? How would you show up for your inner child as a parent? And that really helps put in perspective, because it's like, if I had a child, well, because it's external from me, it's easier for me to identify as myself and my child. Because I have only me as one person, it's hard to remember that there is a part of me that I have to take care of, as a child would be taken care of by an adult. Did I say that right? As an adult would take care of a child. Let's end this reading here. I feel like we're coming to a close with some angel messages. No, my dear, this is not a personal reading. You're welcome, loves. This is a a free collective reading. A lot of you guys are going to be healing over the upcoming days. I can feel it in my spirit. I feel a healing energy coming through. A lot of you guys, the issue is just the kind of demons that you've been dealing with for a while. And I would take a piece of paper and write down all of your insecurities, all of your wishes, hopes, and desires. And I would write that down and do like a candle ceremony, a cleansing ceremony with the intention of releasing. Remember, we have that here with release. That way, there's a physical manifestation of what you're wanting to have happen internally. It kind of allows, romance. Some of you guys need to let go of romance for a little bit and just focus on self-care. That's hard, I know. I'm going through it with you guys. Look for a sign, guys. A lot of you guys have lost hope and faith in life. Spirit is saying, I will give you the sign that you need. Just look for it. I'm here is what Spirit is saying. You're not alone. If you ask, you shall receive. Ask for a sign. Look for it. Compromise. Again, when we talk about what we want out of life, it's easy to get carried away with the narrative of the happily ever after that, movies, Disney, even people that, celebrities and people that we idolize or people that we see that have the life that we want. It's easy to say, I want that for myself. But it's harder to put in the work to get there. So there needs to be a level of compromise. And by that, it's like, don't set your goal or don't set the bar so high. Not to say you can't have high expectations or expectations, period. Hear me out. Evaluate where you're at in life right now. And ask yourself, does it make sense for me to aspire to that at this time in my life? It's okay to have it as a goal, but when you start to focus on that as the only thing and you don't actually put in the effort or work towards that thing, then it only becomes wishful thinking. Let me repeat that. It's okay to have high expectations or goals or desires. But when you start to focus on only the outcome, only the end goal, only those desires and goals and dreams, it becomes wishful thinking. And that's because we don't actually take stock of our reality, of our real selves. Again, considering your strengths and weaknesses and having the compromise of, realistically speaking, I may not be able to afford $1 million home, and I'm exaggerating just because it's hard for me to really consider a subject that may be at our level, but use your imagination and make it fit for you, right? I'm 25. I'll use myself as an example. It's hard for me to believe that I'll get married in a year, but I know that I want to get married, period. Compromise is not me thinking that by dating a bunch of men, I'll be married in a year. No, compromise is me knowing my goal is and working towards becoming that wife that I want to be within a year. And if I'm married in a year, great. If not, then great, because I took my strengths, I knew myself, I knew where I was in my life, and I knew I was not prepared for this. But I wanted to be prepared for this, so I did what I needed to get myself in that position to where if by chance somebody comes my way in a year, I'm not left just thinking, oh, well, I'm here now, but I'm not ready for it, right? What compromise can you make to prepare yourself for where you can be in that future? Does that make sense? It's also, again, being a little realistic, right? Communicate clearly. Watch your words, right? Communicate clearly with yourself, with others, and with the universe. What do you want? What are you expecting? What's going to make you happy? How can you bring that to yourself? How can you allow the universe to bring that to yourself? You have peaceful resolution. Listen, as bad as it may seem right now, you guys, it's going to be okay. I promise you it's going to be okay. You're going to come out on the other side and you're going to be just all right. Harmony and resolution. Boom, baby. Like, can we talk about this synchronicity here? Peaceful resolution, harmony and resolution. There is a solution to every problem. There really is. Sometimes we have to figure out what the real issue is so we can get the actual situation resolved. But things will come together. Things will be pieced together. You're welcome, my dear. Wow, guys, I can say that I am energetically wiped. Wow. That was much, wasn't it? That was heavy energy right there. I'm gonna tell you right now, that was a lot. Be sure to reach out to me in my Instagram. You can follow me in my TikTok bio. It's a little Instagram widget, the little Instagram picture. If you are looking for a personal session, I will work with you. If you don't have the means, I will work with you. I will say 25 is kind of the lowest that I usually go, but again, I really am here for you, and sometimes I will give away free readings, so just let me know your situation, and let me help you get through this, okay, because you're not alone, and I would hate to, I would hate to kind of leave you astray here. In the past, I have turned people away, and I don't like that feeling. So, please reach out if you need it, if you feel called. Here for you, babes. Here for you, loves. You guys are amazing. You guys deserve every good thing that comes your way. And it's up to you to really believe it for you to be able to receive it. And if you need help with that, if you need to do some shadow work, inner healing child work, so far as I'm able to help you, I will do that. Okay. So guys, you are so welcome. I am gonna kind of leave it here for the night. I feel like we went through a journey together. That was a lot. I told you guys when I bring my oracle cards out. Woo! When I bring my oracle cards out, we get into it. So, I really do love you guys, and I so appreciate your support. Tarot is very taboo, and a lot of the people that found my TikTok channel are like family, friends, and high school people. It's kind of awkward and weird, but I still come on here and I still do these readings anyways, because I know there's people out here that need to hear the message. Whether other people want to accept it or they call it crazy or like satanic or whatever, what's up here. There's nothing satanic about healing messages. I mean, this is just real life. This is the truth. These are real experiences, and it's supposed to be healing. It's supposed to be helpful, and to me, that's more light work than anything. So I stand by that decision, and I hope that it just radiates to you guys. I know you guys are going to make it through. Again, if you ever need anything, please message me on my Instagram. If you feel low one night, or if you feel like you need some help or assistance, I'm here, okay? And a lot of people in this community, in this TikTok live, my followers are here for you too. So, be nice to each other, be kind to each other, and be safe out there, okay? I will see you on the next one. I love you all so, so much. Connect with me on Insta, okay? Don't be a stranger. I don't know when I'm going to go live next, but that is going to be it, y'all. Good night, my dears. Thank you so much. I love you all. Bye.